Contemporary art in Egypt is a term used to visual art including installations, videos, paintings, sculptures developed in the Egyptian art scene. While the contemporary art scene is mainly concentrated in Cairo and Alexandria, it is developing fast with the emergence of spaces for artists and support from the public and from abroad. Many Egyptian artists use the Egyptian contemporary art scene as a ramp toward the international history. While Egyptian contemporary art has always centered around national, political and social aspects, there has clearly been some phases which accentuated other aspects present in Egyptian artists' work. Pioneer generation and modern art. 1920 to 1956. This era was the establishing stage of the contemporary art in Egypt. Most of the intellectual in the first part of the 20th century were going to foreign school, whether located in Egypt or abroad, and pioneers were rooted in a European tradition. While it emerged late, mainly because of the Islamic ban on pictorial art, Egyptian contemporary art strongly focused on the national aspect. Through history, traditions and national culture, contemporary artists were emerging mainly in Cairo and in Alexandria. It is during those decades that Egyptian modern art, institutionalized by the creation of the Prince Youssef Kamal Art School in 1908, began to shift toward a more contemporary component, giving birth to Egyptian contemporary art. Main artists: Muhammad Nagy, Mahmoud Mokhtar, Rami Asarad, Ragab Ayad. Nasserism and Egyptian art. This period is characterized by several events. First, the creation of Israel in 1948, followed by the war, has marked the spirits of Egyptians artists. Nasser's accession to the presidency also played a role in the transformation of the contemporary art scene in Egypt. The first consequence is the dissociation from the West for many Egyptian artists. This is caused by the support from the West during the creation of the State of Israel. The contemporary art hence took its influence from the rising Palestinian cause. The presidency of Nasser also had a strong impact. In addition to more and more engaged art, contemporary artists started to express through their work the pan-Arabism Nasser was trying to implement. The main theme of this era was the Arab unity, not only after the Palestinian cause, but also by the expansion of contemporary art through the Arab world. The aspects of contemporary art at this period have shifted from Western influence to common Arab culture. Main artists: Abdul Hadi Al-Ghazza, Inji Eflatoun, Kamal Amin. The 1970 to 2000 re-emergence of Islamic aspects. Anwar Sadat accessed the presidency in 1970, and in order to counteract the Nasserists' left wing, allowed the coming back of Islamism. At the same period, contemporary art has seen the emergence of Islamic aspects in the works, sometimes even stronger than social and political aspects, through the introduction of calligraphy, or through works depicting Islamic historic events. The regional aspect was also stronger, where regional Arab culture was a source of inspiration for artists. The emergence of Islamic aspects also played a role in reinforcing the pan-Arabism feeling. Main artists: Taha Hussein, Ataya Mustafa. The 2000 to 2011 era. In 1998, the Townhouse Gallery was launched. This marks the beginning of a new era in Egyptian contemporary art toward the will to democratize the art to any audience. New mediums of art emerging, such as video or installations, and the number of open and free art spaces is rising mainly in Cairo and Alexandria. However, this development of the Egyptian contemporary art is still facing censorship from the government, the lack of funding from official sources, and the influence of foreign curators on the work exposed. Egyptian art's post-2011 revolution. The 2011 Egyptian revolution and the fall of former Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak ushered a new era of art that reflects new social and political environment. The revolution triggered a new public culture. From the beginning of the revolution, artists played a significant role in the protests. Likewise, many genres of arts emerged such as street art, music and what so-called electro-shabby or techno-shabby. Artists used arts to document and capture the essence of the revolution. They also distribute their arts through online and social networks. Graffiti and political song are among the most powerful tools in the new public culture. Graffiti. Graffiti comes from the Greek word graphene, which means to write. Graffiti today has been defined as the act of inscribing or drawing on walls for the purpose of communicating a message to the general public. In Egypt, graffiti is dating back to the pharaonic period when the Egyptians used to document their daily life on the temple walls. In modern-day Egypt, and during Mubarak era, graffiti was illegal and classified as a misdemeanor. Before 2011 revolution, graffiti served as a channel to promote the reclamation of public space, via positive cultural and social exchange. The graffiti were mostly featuring religious advertisements or romantic declarations, even though a couple of urban artists were already active. The birth of revolutionary graffiti in Egypt took place during the first days of the revolution when Egyptians protesters convey uncensored political messages against Mubarak's regime. Since the toppling of Mubarak, graffiti has become an alternative media channel, documenting different political events that taking place in the country and paying homage to activists who died. Some streets inside and outside Cairo turned into graffiti hubs such as Mohammed Mahmoud Street in Cairo and Al Gomouria in Asiut. Meanwhile, graffiti reflects the controversial political debate in Egypt post-revolution and during Muslim Brotherhood ruling era. On one hand, the streets around Tahrir Square have become a graffiti gallery of opposing the current regime of Mohamed Morsi, who is accused of failing to reform post-revolution Egypt while consolidating power in the hands of his Muslim Brotherhood. On the other hand, in some districts inside Cairo and Asiut, only pro-Morsi graffiti exist in streets' walls. Egyptian graffiti artists are also raising awareness on socio-political subjects as diverse as corruption, poverty, media brainwashing or sexual harassment. Moreover, they use graffiti as a tool to beautify slum areas in Cairo, restoring a sense of ownership, pride and hope to its residents. Contemporary Egyptian graffiti are complex cultural products of an urban self-aware society that finds itself at a crossroad. The revolution, as Ursula Lindsay points out, has accelerated the valorization of Egypt's burgeoning youth culture and its underground and independent artists. These artists are committed to freely expressing themselves, engaging in a civic dialogue with the society, reappropriating in this way a public space which the previous authoritarian regime deprived the Egyptians from. The large corpus of graffiti available shows a high incidence of national and gender-related imagery which highlights the political and social themes that engage different sides of the Egyptian society. Through graffiti and its predominant imagery we can catch a glimpse of how the Egyptians reconstruct national symbols and how events of the revolution are memorialized, not only preventing them from oblivion but transforming them into symbols of national identity. As Susan Phillips indicates, if graffiti is a window into a culture, then it is the same window that people use to look in on themselves as they actively construct the guidelines and concerns of their lives. What Cairene graffiti show us is that the Egyptian Revolutionary Society valorizes its recent and remote past and cultural heritage to which its identity is tributary. Nonetheless, as witnesses of important social and political change, the walls of Cairo contribute to transforming the actors of the revolution into symbols of cohesion and mobilization while keeping their memory alive, and promoting the social and political causes they stand for. Graffiti artists are Tariq, Artik, Chico, El Tenin, Ganzia, Kaiser. Political song and music. The purpose of political songs is to move and unify the crowds in a state that Durkheim has called collective effervescence. Egyptian political song is always playing a crucial role at provoking the public to be politically active. Take the song, Patriotic Port Said, by El Tanbara. The song refers to the 1956 Suez War, when Israel, France and Great Britain attacked Egypt after President Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal. El Tanbara is a collective of musicians from the city of Port Said on the Suez Canal, formed by Zakaria Ahmed in 1978. They also performed other nationalist songs in various political and time phases. It is impossible to discuss Egyptian political songs after the 25th of January revolution without recalling the role played by pioneer musician Sheikh Imam in politics in the 1970s and 1980s. Sheikh Imam is a major pillar of the Arabic political song which motivated thousands of workers and intellectuals rebellious against decadent times and ambitious for better tomorrow. When Sheikh Imam met the poet Ahmed Fouarnegm in 1962, the two formed an influential duo and developed the popular political song. The 1967 war brought the duo to reflect the impact of Arab defeat in their revolutionary songs Misr Ya Bahia, Pretty Egypt, Shayad Kashurak, Build Your Palaces, Gafara, Che Guevara, El Falahin, The Peasants, and Mer El Kalam, Bitter Talk. The music of Sheikh Imam was marked by a form of totality that made his political song travel beyond the geographical location of its origin. Many other popular Egyptian singers contribute in political songs such as Kaldoum, Abdul Halim Hafiz, and Abdul Wahab, who composed Al-Watan Al-Akbar, The Greatest Homeland, in 1960, and it was produced to celebrate the union of Egypt and Syria into the United Arab Republic. In 2011, Egypt witnesses a new and distinguished wave of political songs, in which unknown young singers and underground bands played a significant role to keep the protesters' spirit high during 18 Days Revolution. Singers such as Rami Isam, Amir Eid and Hani Adel, Rami Donjuan and other bands like Eskenderella used to rock Tahrir Square with their political lyrics and influential music. These singers continue to tackle Egyptian social and political issues in their songs. The other rising genre of Egyptian music comes from poor neighborhoods and in particular from Ashwariyat, and has also received no support from mass media. The genre is known as Mahragan or festival music, which started to appear on YouTube in 2007. The music has also been called techno-shabi or electro-shabi. Mahragan music is a mix of DJ technology and mixer that provides heavily musical soundtrack and distorted voices. The most popular singers of Mahragan music are Figo, Ha-Ha, Weza, and Ortega. Themes. Ancient history artists took their inspiration in Egyptian pharaonic heritage, which is omnipresent in Egypt, through paintings, architecture or sculptures. The main occurring symbol is the pyramid, repeatedly used by artists as a way of expressing the Egyptian national identity. Mustafa Abdul Moati's work, the pyramid motif, is strongly present in most of his sculptures. He often represents the three Great Pyramids of Giza. This is a way of reaffirming the strong influence of Egyptian ancient history. The Nile is also a very recurring aspect of Egyptian culture and beliefs, a sign of fertility, but also in Egyptian contemporary art. Mythological stories from ancient Egypt often use the Nile as the center of the story, and so do Egyptian contemporary artists. Religion. The religious aspect is also repeatedly used in Egyptian contemporary art, either through the form of calligraphy or the description of Islamic events. Classical calligraphy is a source of inspiration for a lot of artworks, and its evolution through the centuries has made it a rich theme in Egyptian contemporary art. In works by Taha Hussein, the aesthetic aspect of the calligraphy is studied by the artist. Mostly superposition of letters written in calligraphy which are unreadable. Women are also a frequent theme in Egyptian contemporary art. G.F. Latown, in her paintings, often depicts women in different positions. This represents the burden Egyptian women are carrying since their birth because of their gender. G.F. Latown was well known to be a feminist, fighting for women's rights through her work. Institutions. Museums Gezira Center for Modern Art, Museum of Modern Art in Egypt, non-profit art centers Alexandria Contemporary Arts Forum. Founded in 2005 in Alexandria, the ACAF provides exhibitions, lectures, symposia, screening and a community library of contemporary arts publications. In 2008, ACAF launched Cleatronica, a festival for media art and socio-culture, presenting a diverse set of projects ranging from virtual art to tactical media, from public intervention to design. The aim was to challenge the dividing line between new media and plastic arts. Artelu, a space for contemporary arts. L'Atelier Alexandrie. Founded in 1935, this is a very active NGO in Alexandria contemporary art scene, which goal is to connect artists from different horizons and to offer to the public a chance to go into contemporary art. They are a member of the BJCEM, the International Association of the Biennial of Young Artists from Europe and the Mediterranean. Medra, a contemporary art non-profit collective running since 2005, achieves this through hosting festivals, workshops and events to stimulate the scene, providing a collaborative space for media artists, documenting and disseminating audio-visual content on the contemporary art movement in Egypt. Darb 1718. Founded in 2008, Darb 1718 aims to provide an alternative exhibition space in Cairo, and to be a platform for the burgeoning contemporary art movement in Egypt. It supports young and emerging artists by facilitating their interactions with established regional and international artists. It also hosts various programs, debates, workshops, films, concerts and educational initiatives. Gudrun Association for Art and Development. The Townhouse Gallery. Established in 1997, the Townhouse Gallery is today one of the region's leading institutions for contemporary art, including visual art as well as film, theatre and music. Besides acting as a space for exhibition and performance, it also carries out a wide range of community development programs, as well as educational programs. Commercial galleries. The number of commercial galleries is constantly rising. Here are a few examples. Al-Masar Gallery, Karim Francis, Sofarkan Art Gallery, Zamalek Art Gallery, Art Talks, Visual Art. Visual artists Ahmed Asqalani, Wael Shawki. Born in 1971 Alexandria, Wael Shawki studied at the University of Alexandria for his BFA, and then at the University of Pennsylvania for his MFA. His work has been showcased all over Europe and the United States, as well as in Egypt. He also took part in the Venice Biennale of 2003. One of the main themes tackled in his deliberately provocative work is the what constitutes normality and abnormality, whether in his installations, photography or performance. His work includes Digital Church, The Cave and Al-Aqsa Park. Nazir Tanbuli. Born in 1971 in Alexandria into a family of artists, Nazir Tanbuli studied at the University of Alexandria for his BFA in Expressive Art, and then at Camberwell College of the University of the Arts London for his MFA. Tanbuli founded the first contemporary mural painting crew in Egypt in the 90s, challenging the older tradition of mural painting, fusing pop art and transnational cultural forms with Egyptian aesthetics. He exhibited in Egypt, Europe and Latin America before moving to the UK. Ignoring trends and fashions, Tanbuli has stubbornly stuck to being a painter, and his work continues to explore and transfigure Egyptian motifs in conjunction with current global issues. He works in painting, mural and drawing, producing exhibitions, books and unusual projects. In 2012 he was responsible for the biggest street art project by one artist in the UK. This project is the subject of a documentary, Taking Over the King's Land, released in 2013. In 2012 Tanbuli won the UAL Creative Enterprise Award. Events, festivals and initiatives. Artbeat Festival. Founded in 2010, Artbeat is a free 3-day annual festival combining visual art, music and various art workshops by local and international artists. The festival takes place today in Cairo, Alexandria, Mansoura and Minya. DIEGY Festival 0.1. Launched in 2013, DIEGY Festival 0.1 is the first digital art festival happening in Cairo. Combining exhibition and workshops, it aims to challenge artists and audiences on the question of how electronics have altered the art world, especially after the 25th of January revolution. Downtown Contemporary Arts Festival. Founded in 2012, this multidisciplinary festival brings a wide range of independent visual art exhibitions, film screenings, theater, dance, music and workshops to various venues across downtown Cairo. Gathering local, regional and international artists, the festival seeks to enshrine the place of art and culture in Egypt's evolving society. Al-Badil is a 3-week festival founded in March 2013 and providing free-of-charge events, from music, theater and dance to clown and mime performances. It has been created in reaction to the closing down of the Rawabet Theatre in downtown Cairo and the lack of free, independent performance spaces for artists in Cairo. Mahatit Collective. Founded in 2011, Mahatit is a multidisciplinary mobile art initiative whose goal is the accessibility and decentralization of contemporary art by the development of art in public space and community-based art projects all over Egypt. Education. Academy of Arts. The American University in Cairo's Department of the Arts. The Townhouse Gallery. Bibliography. AMIRSADEGHI Hossein, MIKDADI Salwa, SHABOUT Nada, New Vision. Arab Contemporary Art in the 21st Century, Thames and Hudson, 2009, 288 p. BORAIE, Scherer, ed. Walt Hawke. Graffiti of the Egyptian Revolution, Zitona, 2012, 680 p. EIGNES Arab, Art of the Middle East. Modern and Contemporary Art of the Arab World and Iran, Merrill Publishers Limited, 2010, 384 p. FARJAM Lisa, Unveiled. New Art from the Middle East, Booth Clipboard Editions, 2009. GRONDAHL Mia, Revolution Graffiti. Street Art of the New Egypt, Thames and Hudson, 2013. SHABOUT Nada, Modern Arab Art. Formation of Arab Aesthetics, University Press of Florida, 2007, 208 p. Sloman, Paul, Contemporary Art in the Middle East. Artworld, Black Dog Publishing, 2009, 240 p.